Hi, there's nothing.
There's nothing on there.
Good morning, countryside.
Good morning, countryside. I'm Lady Alvarez, and this is UPC. Yeah.
Yes.
Richard Spencer's National Policy Institute wanted to rent space at the University of Florida for a white national event on September 12th, but the school denied the request on Wednesday due to safety concerns. University President Kent Futch pointed to past weekend's violent protests in Charlottesville, Virginia, as well as calls for similar violence in Gainesville on social media, which led to the request being denied. The decision came 2 days after Texas A&M University also denied a white nationalist protest featuring Spencer, which was scheduled for September 11th.
A driver identified by the Pensacola Police Department as 25-year-old Kevin Pryor slammed into the building just after 1 a.m. with his girlfriend in the car. He told the passenger before it happened, "Hold on," then he accelerated through the 2 sets of doors of the ER. Officer Wood also says Pryor was bringing his girlfriend to the hospital for treatment after allegedly beating her. Eyewitnesses tell us after the impact, she began screaming for help and he jumped out of the car, lunging at the hospital staff. Pensacola police say Pryor did have narcotics in his system. They're waiting for toxicology results to find out which type and how much. Pryor and his girlfriend both sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Fortunately, no one else was injured. Charges are pending Pryor's arrest. In school news, there's a preseason football game tonight at 7. Come support your Countryside Cougars.
In entertainment, Chase has news on Game of Thrones. Chase?
Thanks, Leah. If any of the costumes in Game of Thrones look familiar, then there's a good reason for that. Michelle Clapton, the lead costume designer for the hit HBO drama, says that some of the characters' capes had an unlikely inspiration, IKEA furniture. The capes used by people such as Jon Snow are repurposed rugs from the famous Swedish company. In order to capitalize on this recent discovery, IKEA has created an easy-to-read pamphlet demonstrating how to create your own fuzzy cape from their rugs. The minimalist instructions state that the cape can be completed in a handful of minutes, much easier and faster than in the big-budget show. I bet Jon Snow didn't know that. Anyway, that's all I have in entertainment. Now back to the news desk.
We're just days away from Monday's total solar eclipse, and when doctors and other experts tell you to protect your eyes while viewing the eclipse, they're not kidding. A man in Pennsylvania explains what happened to him when he stared at a solar eclipse decades ago. In the 1960s, James Hull of Pittston Township was only 10 years old. He says back then he was preparing to watch a partial solar eclipse. Holt was able to view the eclipse with no problem, but years later he says he noticed an issue with his eyesight. It turns out he damaged a portion of his retina in his right eye from viewing the eclipse. Doctors suggest you purchase protective glasses or use another homemade device to view the eclipse without directly looking into the sun.
It's a reunion that's decades in the making and likely to be out of this world. But the laughs, the friendship, and the bond have not changed at all. 5 girls have been this close since February 1979. They were freshmen in high school and learning about total solar eclipses by watching the last one. They learned that on August 21st, 2017, there would be the next total solar eclipse. One girl wrote it down and said, "If we are still friends, we're having a total solar eclipse party." 38 years later, and the group is making good on that promise. Different colleges, marriages, and moves and kids didn't stand in the way. Now calling themselves the Solar Sisters, the 5 are gathered at another girl's home where they expect a perfect view of the eclipse. They say while they are looking forward to seeing solar history and fulfilling a promise 5 girls made to each other nearly 40 years ago. That's all we have for you today on UPC.
Thank you for watching and have a great day, Countryside.